here with another video. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. Thank you. So today's video is going to be about the topic of the deadbeat dad, something I know that certain women of a certain caliber love to mention against their own men. We don't need to go over this, but I just want to give this topic a chance because in my analysis of things, certain things I would say is either the father's fault or the mother's fault. So this right here is this person right here, this woman right here of interest that I'm speaking on is Tekashi 6ix9ine's quote unquote baby mother, and how she's fed up about the whole thing about him being a deadbeat dad and not taking care of his child, his daughter at 4 years old, and about how he's going out and doing him and all these different things. So I don't want to talk too long. I just want to give you guys a perspective. I'll make some commentary while it goes on. Okay?
This man hasn't spoken to my daughter in months. He didn't reach out for her birthday, Thanksgiving. We haven't heard of that man having a concern about my daughter since like the beginning of September. That's one. So yeah, you're not supposed to pop. You're not going to just come around my family on holidays like shit is sweet, you know. I was hurt for my daughter that you couldn't even make the effort or set aside the time to go ahead and, you know, make her birthday special on your end. Her birthday is always going to be special because I take care of her and she's going to always have shit with or without him. But that's not the point. You feel me? He likes to go on social media. My daughter this, my daughter that. Oh, I want to be home so I can see my daughter. The nigga don't even see.
And let me say how it is with technology, because it makes me think about people that was around me or, you know, growing up, like the whole entire narrative about the father not being there and the mother trying to push for the father to be more supportive of their daughter. Now, this is the thing. It's very odd that I'm going to make this statement, but I think it would work in society if we're taught differently, right? So let's just say you get into a relationship with someone at 18, 19 years old. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, right? 18, 19 years old. If you're planning on having a child, you need to have a relationship throughout your 20s and plan it effectively. So by the time you're in your late 20s and you decide you want to have a kid, now you guys can talk about moving in together or doing what you have to do or whatever. Because what we understand about guys like Tekashi 6ix9ine and dudes like him, I would identify as a so-called Pookie, all right? Even though he's a so-called Mexican boy or white Mexican boy, because they say that he's Mexican, right? The idea of dead parenthood is because of the fact of the matter, it could be the mother or the father, but in this case it is the father, right? That the father is still trying to be youthful. So, of course, him being in a stardom, in a starlight, he still wants to be able to poke different holes every day of the week and be able to move accordingly and not care for the fact of the matter that he has a daughter, try to claim like he's a good father on the gram, but in real life, you ain't doing shit, right? And the mother got to take in the pain and all this other stuff, and I understand that, right? But that's why I say dating is so crucial. Such a basic concept as dating. It needs to be more crucial. You have to study these people like a freaking map. And I mean for years on end, not just months on end, years on end. Because everything becomes cute at the first glance. But when things start getting real, and especially when the mother decides to keep the child, to bring the child in the world, that's where your limit is going to be tested at. And you need to make better decisions on both sides about who you're dealing with when it comes to relationships and consummation, because sex seems to be that gateway that a lot of people keep falling into, and they're not being responsible about who they're having sex with. Therefore, they're having a child with someone, even if it was planned, and now they don't like each other anymore because they had a child together.
Don't even see his daughter. He don't pay no child support. He hasn't called in months. Like, after already going on a year and a half of not having no communication with my daughter at all, because he completely, like, just cut off my daughter for no reason. Like, a 4-year-old did something to him. Imagine that. Yeah, it's just like, so a story was put out, and I just made it very clear. I was like, you know, he's not stable. He has no sense of stability. He's moving around. He has security. He's not safe nowhere he's going. He's getting to altercations. He's going in fucking infested places with fucking people with no mask and shit. Like, come on now. Like, you're going to strip clubs. You're doing
And I know a woman like this still cares for him naturally, right? Because they probably been through a lot together, but it's just a factor of, excuse me, it's just a factor of me trying to think this through, right? And the fact of the matter is like, again, like you got to know who you're dealing with, man. Like I don't know how much to express it, yo. And it's really not cool because for a woman to be saying all that on, so I know she's hurt. And it's just really bad that she has to go through that because this dude is irresponsible.
You're doing all this extra shit. You're beefing with people. You haven't seen your daughter in months. You didn't even call on her birthday. You haven't done nothing right that you said you was going to do right on your end to be the father that my daughter deserves. That's just straight like that. No kid deserves a half-ass parent, and that's one.
True that.
Like, his life has been a complete mess since he's gotten out of jail, and y'all just don't know that because he's been off of social media. The boy done overdose. He's did mad shit, bro. That's the reason why I don't feel safe having him around my daughter until he proves himself to be in the right place in life. Like, come on now. And I'm not bitter and I'm not wrong for that. But what I'm not going to do, because I haven't said shit about him. I haven't got on live and I wasn't going to say anything. But what you're not going to do is have your team, the moment a story that comes out about you that is true, you're a deadbeat, bro. You don't do nothing for your daughter. Your mother is so...
Don't be calling me bro. I had sex with you and I had a baby with you. Don't be calling me bro. I don't know. I just don't like that.
Disgusted with you. She spent the holidays with us. All right?
And my last point before I get out of here, I would advise, and I strongly would advise, because we need to get back to this. It's just very much because of the idea of social media. A lot of people you see all the time is putting out their dirty laundry against another person on social media. It's just not a good look to me, man. If you are a single mother, right, and you can't stand a man that you had a child with, right, if nothing is going right, or there's a conflict, let me say that. If there's a conflict between you and your baby father, I would advise for you to take that offline, right? Get all the legal proceedings, get all the things that you need to do, get all the letters you need to get all the documentations, contact family members, see who you can get through in order for them to make sure that the father of the child is taking care of that child. And they're not just running off being a deadbeat. And of course, in extreme cases, the man might just go to another town, move to another state, at extreme, move to another country to not take care of the child. But yeah, I don't believe in putting people's dirty laundry out there on social media, regardless if we have disagreements. You private message them. Don't go try to tag their name in a post or at them and all these stuff and things like that, because it just looks crazy, right? If I ever was to have a child with a woman I did not intend on having a child with, we're going to have to come up with compromises, agreements. And us as men, because you understand that the court system is usually against us, you need to have all the paper trail you can have to make sure that that woman is not getting one on over on you, because trust me, she will. Trust me, she will. And I'm not going to say this woman is the type of woman to do this. And I understand where she's coming from. That's why I'm saying it again. I understand where she's coming from. But the idea that you do have certain women out there that will use the child against you, you know this. So with that being said, yes, at the core curriculum of everything, when it comes about single parent households, we have to analyze the man or woman that you're dealing with, number one. And number two, how y'all going to figure out this situation together once it's found out that you got pregnant and that you're going to bring a child into the world? Because I know the fathers get scared. I know the fathers could be cowards. I know the fathers just want to run out. And everything's a show, right? But at the basic core of my statement, and I understand this woman's pain, just to reiterate one more time, things like this should be off social media. She would have to get in contact with his team, and I'm pretty sure she did, and do the best that she can. And I know she went to the mother too. The mother's upset. She did say that. I would just suggest all of these problems be offline. Have a civil conversation. If there's no way to getting at it, then you got to do what you got to do to make sure your child is protected and is going to be raised somehow right through the guidance of you, and find a way for the father or the person who's absent to do a better job on what's going on. And I know it's going to be a tough fight, but it needs to happen because it's well deserved. Peace. Like and subscribe.